Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, today we're plunging into something really quite inspiring, I think. The Empowerment Center. Now, this isn't just about, a physical place, a building. It's more of a powerful framework, one designed to spark some pretty significant, lasting change. So our mission, our goal for this deep dive is to really unpack what this Empowerment Center actually is, how it operates, its strategies, and understand the really ambitious vision it holds for transforming lives, globally even.
Yeah.
And this is all based on the sources you've shared with us. So let's start right there. At its very core, what exactly is the Empowerment Center meant to be? How do the materials define it? Right. Well, the sources, they describe it as a foundational hub. And that could be, a physical center, or it could be more of a concept, a framework. But it's specifically designed to provide essential tools and resources. Okay. Tools and resources for what specifically? Its core purpose is really focused. It's about equipping individuals and communities, too, with crucial financial literacy and business development skill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it acts as a kind of catalyst, you could say, for economic transformation. It's really about giving people the knowledge to build something sustainable, not just, get by day to day.
That sounds like a really solid foundation. And what's interesting, looking through the sources, is the language they use. So many different descriptions pop up. It gets called a beacon of education and growth, also a nexus of change and progress, an incubator for ideas, a springboard for growth, even a guiding light. These are quite evocative terms. Why all these varied descriptions? What is it about how it works?
I think it's precisely because it aims to be more than just a place you go to. These different descriptions, they really emphasize its dynamic role, its multifaceted nature.
Okay.
So it's not just about information sharing. It's portrayed as this active force, something that nurtures potential, like the incubator idea suggests, right?
Yeah.
Taking small ideas and helping them grow.
Right, nurturing them.
Exactly. And connecting efforts, lighting the way forward for positive change. It's meant to be active.
That makes a lot of sense. You give it more energy. So, okay, this beacon or nexus, how does it actually translate those, let's say, grander ideas into action? On the ground, what's the main strategy? How does it achieve these goals?
The primary mechanism is actually pretty strategic. It's quite clever. The Empowerment Center focuses its efforts on educating community leaders.
Wow, so it's sort of train the trainer approach.
Pretty much, yeah. That's a good way to put it. These leaders, they get equipped with a really practical curriculum, financial stability, business growth, and it goes beyond just basics. Things like microlending principles, analyzing local markets, sustainable planning.
Practical skills.
Very practical. The thinking is if you empower those people already embedded in the community, the knowledge spreads. It spreads more organically, more effectively,
Right. So these equipped leaders then take that knowledge, those principles.
And they cultivate them within their own networks, their communities.
That definitely sounds like it could create a ripple effect. An amazing one, actually. But let me ask this. If the leaders are the ones getting the direct training, who are the ultimate beneficiaries? Who really feels that ripple you mentioned?
Yeah, that's a really crucial distinction the sources make. While the community leaders are the immediate recipients, the ones getting the education directly, the ultimate impact, the real beneficiaries, are the residents living within those communities.
Okay.
Think of the leaders as conduits. They translate that knowledge into real-world improvements for their neighbors, their families, the local economy as a whole.
So let's talk about that. What does this empowerment actually look like for everyday people? Can you paint a clearer picture? What kind of changes are we talking about in their lives?
Well, the overall goal, as the sources laid out, it's quite comprehensive. It's about tangibly improving their quality of life. Measurably. It means things like ensuring they can live more comfortably, gaining financial skills, maybe managing household budgets better, securing more stable housing, even increased access, perhaps, to better nutrition, education for kids.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really about building a foundation for long-term well-being, not just, quick fixes.
And looking at the bigger picture then, our sources definitely point towards some significant impacts beyond just individual households. What are some of these immediate or maybe wider benefits we'd expect to see in communities where the center is active?
The core positive impacts that are outlined are fostering financial stability, obviously, and significant business growth.
Right.
And these are expected to lead directly to very concrete outcomes like increased job creation and a measurable reduction in poverty rates.
That's huge.
It is. When local businesses start to thrive and individuals are more financially literate, it genuinely lifts the whole community.
Yeah.
The sources even mention that in some pilot regions, they've actually seen significant upticks in local economic activity already.
That's very powerful local impact. But the vision, as I understand it from the materials, it goes way beyond individual towns or even countries, doesn't it? There seems to be a much bigger aspiration here.
Oh, absolutely. The positive impact isn't seen as being limited locally at all. The vision is to create what the sources actually call a global ripple effect.
A global ripple effect, okay.
Yeah, extending worldwide,
Yeah.
even into remote areas. The idea is basically as more leaders get trained and more communities become empowered, the collective benefits just spread out across a much broader scale, creating ideally a global network of regions that are financially resilient, more self-sufficient. It's really ambitious, an interconnected vision.
It certainly sounds incredibly ambitious and vital. With that kind of global reach, how does something like this keep going? How is it sustained in the long term? What keeps the engine running?
Yeah, the sources are very clear about that. They identify the crucial role of contributors and supporters.
Or the funding aspect?
Exactly. These are the people, the organizations, providing the essential financial contributions, which are needed not just for setting it up initially, but really crucially for the continuous operation of the center. I mean, without that support, the whole thing just wouldn't work.
And it's interesting how they frame it. It's not just presented as charity, is it? The sources talk about these contributions as an investment in the future of communities worldwide. That's a powerful and I think quite a smart way to put it.
It really is. It shifts the whole perspective, doesn't it? From just a donation to a strategic investment with expected returns, socially speaking.
Yeah.
And the long-term vision for the center explicitly relies on that ongoing operation, that ongoing support, this continuous mission, empowering communities worldwide. Well, it just requires continuous resources, continuous financial backing from supporters.
So it's built on partnership.
Definitely. It's a clear recognition that this kind of global transformation isn't a one-off project. It's an ongoing partnership, a marathon, really, not a sprint.
So, okay, we've journeyed quite a bit here. From understanding the Empowerment Center as this foundational hub, this guiding light, to seeing its strategy, educating leaders, its direct benefits for residents and communities, those tangible quality of life improvements.
Right.
And then this huge vision, the global ripple effect, aiming to reshape economies worldwide.
Yeah.
It really is a powerful and seems like a very well thought out model for change, economic and social transformation.
It really is. This deep dive, I think it truly highlights how targeted education combined with strategic resource allocation, especially when you channel it through existing community structures like these leaders, how that can create just a monumental impact, one that really extends almost exponentially. And it does make you think, doesn't it? It prompts us to consider if developing these foundational hubs and equipping community leaders is the key. If that's the key to unlocking this kind of global ripple effect in financial literacy, what other critical areas might be waiting for a similar approach? Imagine the potential for similar transformations in, say, public health or environmental resilience or even technological access in underserved regions. Could this model work there too?
That's definitely something to think about, a lot to chew on there. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive today. We hope you, listening, feel a little more informed and maybe a lot more curious.